Hi everyone and welcome to One Connected Love. I'm Daniel.
And I'm Christina.
And we are twin flames in harmonious union. We're here to present today's twin flame union energy, and let's go ahead and get started.
All right, so the deck we're using today is The Power of Surrender by Judith Orloff. All right, so the cards have been pre-shuffled. Give it one more quick shuffle. So the underlying energy of the reading is surrender to your intuition. Tune into your inner voice. Be aware of any gut feelings, flashes, knowings, or aha moments that come through to guide you. Yeah. What I get from this card is, it's not just about like when you tune into your intuition, you want to make sure that you're tuning into the voice of love and peace and not the voice of fear. A lot of people can confuse the voice of fear with intuition. And that's not the same thing, right?
How do you tell the difference between the voice of fear and the voice of intuition?
Yeah, the voice of fear is it's fearful, and it's like, imagining the worst, and it's negative, and it feels bad, and it can feel like a constriction, within yourself rather than an expansion. So trust your intuition, surrender to your intuition. To me, that means that it's okay to, it's okay to be positive and expansive and like believe in your good. Right?
Yeah, and I want to add a little bit to that also. Yeah, the voice of fear is in your head. The voice of love is in your heart. The voice of love is loud and kind of obnoxious. Do this, do this, do this. If you don't do this,
that's the voice of fear.
I'm sorry. The voice of fear is do this, do this, do this. The voice of love is very peaceful in your heart, very quiet.
Yeah.
One thing also, this card mentions like gut feelings, like follow that gut feeling. Like intuition isn't of the like it's in the heart. Like you feel it in the heart. So it's just good to be clear there and always tune into your heart. That's what's gonna lead you, right? But yeah, regarding the actual energy, it's getting out of your head space and overthinking things and connecting with your heart in peace. You allow that to lead you down your path. Your heart will never lead you the wrong direction.
Right. Okay. And so the current union energy is surrender to the magic of who you are. We all have magic in us. Even in the mundane aspects of life, remember that you are a magical being with a uniqueness and worth that come from just being you.
Very nice. Very nice image also.
Yeah, so I think what I'm getting from this card is really like, and especially with like surrender to your intuition and like your good feelings and your good, like surrender to the magic of who you are is believing in the good things that are true about you and recognizing that these areas where you feel insecure or like you messed up or like, things are never going to work out, that's actually fear speaking. And you can simply release that. You don't have to believe that.
Right.
Instead, you can surrender to the magic of who you really are.
Yes.
Your divine self.
That's exactly what I was feeling. When I feel into this card, it really feels like accept your divinity. Accept that you are a divine being, right? We are created by God. And everything that comes from God is born of love. Everything that comes from God is perfect. And you are not the choices that have been made, that you've made. The choices that you've made, those can always be forgiven. Those are always left in the past, but that's not who you are in your core. In your core, you are a perfect divine being. And this, is about aligning to that and seeing that and seeing your own divinity and perfection.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, and so the current divine feminine energy, or like the core block that she's working through, is surrender to wonder and awe. Open to the magic of every moment and sense the awe and wonder in all of life. This attitude will keep you connected to the ecstasy of flow. Yeah, and so again, I really feel like this card is especially when phrased as a block energy. The divine feminine is working through releasing pessimism.
Yes.
Releasing like negative feelings, fear-based, like ego-based, like traps that the mind gets in. And surrender to wonder and awe means like surrender to the fact that things can go well. And that is the most divine course of action. Like nothing happens that isn't, for your highest good.
Yes.
And so you never need to get caught up in things that have happened. You can simply allow yourself to be, surprised by how things can work out.
Yeah, I think the voice of fear, always wants to feed you these messages. Like, say, for example, your life looks chaotic right now. The voice of fear will always feed you things like, I'm stupid, like, why did I do that? Things like that, like bad, negative feelings. But the voice of love will always, inspire you. It inspires you. I am great. I am strong. Yeah, and I feel like surrendering to wonder and awe in relation to what you're saying is, it's not about, like, this is a lesson we learned recently, is like, it's not about what you do. It's about the spirit you're doing it in. And I feel like this card is talking about, surrendering to love inwardly and being connected and aligned with love as you live your life. And that's what brings that life, right? That's what brings that magic back into life and invigorates you.
Yeah, and giving yourself permission to enjoy life.
Yes, yeah.
Yeah, you deserve it. You always deserve it. And so as she moves through this energy, she'll be working through surrender your attachment to results. And this feels like advice, like that comes up as she works through this energy, what she'll be stepping into. The formula for success is to do all you can to make things happen, then let go of the results. Holding on too tightly to a desired outcome can sabotage it. Yeah.
Yeah, this is the lesson learned after moving through that energy.
Right. And so as a lesson learned, what I'm getting from this card is that it's about doing things for the love in them. Like just what you were talking about. Like doing things out of love and not because you're holding an expectation. Exactly.
Yeah, and the reason for that is because expectations will always end in disappointment, right? Because as you expect something, you do something with the expectation of getting something back.
Right.
Those expectations will never be met. And if they are met, they're temporary, and then there'll be a new expectation for something greater, something more. And it's a never-ending spiral that will always lead in disappointment. So, yeah, the key here is to surrender all attachments and just move with love. Love doesn't have any expectations. Love just loves and love gives.
Right.
And in that you receive.
Yeah, exactly. Expectations are born of your limited mind. And if you're holding expectations, then you're boxing in your results. You can release expectations and release attachments, and then you're opening up to divine solutions, which are always far greater than what you could imagine with your limited, mind and viewpoint.
Right.
Yeah. All right. So the divine masculine's current block that he is working through, surrender resentments. Holding on to resentments only poisons you. Try to forgive others for their shortcomings and keep moving forward toward positive situations in your life. Yeah, and what I'm feeling about this card is these resentments are like resentments towards himself.
Right.
Yeah. So if you want to speak to that more.
Sure. I think it's easy in the external world to point fingers and, blame and feel resentment for things. But it's always important in the spiritual journey to realize that it's happening inward. And this card is, there's been a lot of resentment moving through the collective consciousness right now. And it's about releasing resentment. That anything, those, you may have heard the saying, like pointing a finger at someone, there's three fingers pointing back at you. You're really blaming yourself when you blame other people, and it's okay to release that blame. It's okay to surrender there and forgive yourself for what you're feeling and really love yourself in that space, because resentment doesn't serve you. It doesn't help you grow. It just keeps you stuck. And so the divine masculine's working through these resentments, and we can see what he will learn from this.
Resentments are born of expectations, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's like a darker form of disappointment, right? All right, so surrender to rest and sleep. To prevent burnout, slow down. Honor your need for quiet time and peaceful sleep to rejuvenate your mind, body, and spirit. Yeah, so this is like his lesson learned.
Right, you know, we've been in our readings that we've been doing, we've been getting these cards a lot about rest, relaxation. A lot of it has been about rapid growth, expansion, huge expansion, new beginnings, things like that. And you know, the divine masculine is many times it's the active role between the divine masculine and the divine feminine. And in many ways, the divine masculine handles a lot of action and things like that. And external things. Not always, depends on your union and how that works. But the divine masculine can be known to be like an external workhorse. And
that can breed a lot of resentment.
That can bring a lot of resentment. That's exactly what I was about to say. But in releasing that and living in an abundant life in love, in the vibration of love, then you realize how fulfilling that work that you're doing externally actually is, right? And in that you find peace and you find relaxation.
Balance.
Yeah,
I mean, I think a lot of divine masculines work through this idea that, you know, they have to like work, bring home the bacon, all that sort of stuff. Or like, even if that's not the dynamic in your union, like, it's like society's kind of like imposed expectation. And so that can bring a lot of resentment. And so, the divine masculine's really learning to pace himself.
Right.
And work from a place of love, which is exactly what the divine feminine is working through. Always perfect mirrors. All right, so as the two energies work through, you know, what's coming up here, their future energy is surrender stress.
Ooh.
Take a few deep breaths and exhale the tension you've built up in your body. Let the stress go as you come back to your center. Yeah,
I love that picture. It's just like complete release, surrender, serenity.
Yeah, and so what I'm getting from this card is really like balance found, or balance recovered in not just like within a union, but also within yourself.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, it seems like both vibrations, divine masculine, divine feminine, are working through realizing that their old life is like resisting the vibration of love. And as they embrace the vibration of love, things like begin flowing again, and in that relaxation and like stress-free life is found inwardly. And that's what I get from that card.
Right. Yeah, I think, you know, it's like love isn't just romantic love, right? Like your whole life can be a romance, and and so there's not really like room or space for romantic love if you're managing the rest of your life in a state of stress. And so really what this whole reading is about is to, you know, that first card of like surrender the magic of who you are. It's really about like embracing your divine life and like embracing, you know, the way you really desire to live your life, which is like loving everything you do. Like everything is a labor of love, right? Rather than like a heavy chore. Yeah. And so, I really feel like that's what's moving through the collective right now.
Good. All right. Well, we hope you liked the card reading for today. As usual, there will be more to come. If you liked what you saw, go ahead and like and subscribe to our channel. Check out our website and the links below. Our website is oneconnectedlove.com. We do private twin flame coaching, and we also do private readings. If you're interested in any of our service, check out our website. And we will see you in the next video.
Yeah.
Thank you.